What is a Kalalal? Yahweh Bashim, Shai Bashim, Kadash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the Ivan Byway, preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. I'm the brother Shapar from the Jamaica camp. What I want to speak on today is basically the troubling times that is about to come upon brothers, preaching this word, you know, because Esau is on the movement, and what this devil is now doing is going to paint a bad light and brothers out there speaking the word are preaching the truth. He's going to come up against the truth, full fledged, using all his resources to come against us, man. You have a lot of things where he must set in place in order to set us up. To let us look like the worst thing that ever happened on the planet. This man is getting things together to put forth that ideology. You know what I mean? And believe it or not, the world is seeing us, man. And this is the perspective that the so-called white man would like the whole world to have on us. And very soon they will call us up to give account for what we are saying, man. You know what I mean? Now, as you can notice, over the past couple of years, you see these terrorist acts, so-called terrorist acts, which we know that a lot of them are just government psyop, basically to paint uh, a light on certain people who have certain ideology. Where them use different groups in order to push across that idea that you have people based off a certain ideology can go out and do violent things, especially the thing that happened over there in New Zealand the other day. You know what I mean? And you have him have some terminology basically where he's gonna link all of these things together because you have a thing we call non-violent extremists or non-violent terrorism. You have another thing we call homegrown terrorists. You know what I mean? All of these things are linked together. Hate speech, non-violent extremists to the physical extremists, the lone shooter and all. Look, man, him gonna put all of this together in one, man. And guess what? And all these men who have extremist views, especially brothers who have extremist views, this man are gonna come against you using all these things when use already to condition the public about certain people who speak about certain things, basically. You know what I mean? As the video go on, we give you an idea of what is really going on and how they're gonna clamp down on brothers. You know what I mean? Doing this truth. This is a precept here from the book of Mark. You know what I mean? This happened to the apostles them during the time when they used to speak the word back then, and similar things gonna happen to us, man. You know what I mean? They're gonna want us to give account for the things that we are saying. This is Mark 13 and 9. It said, "But take heed to yourself, for they shall deliver you up to councils, you know, and in the synagogues he shall be beaten, and he shall be brought before rulers and kings for my name's sake, for testimony against them." You know what I mean? So hey, yeah, you have certain officials gonna want to hear what we actually are saying, man. You know what I mean? For us to give account for what we are saying, not to say hear what we are saying, as if they're gonna receive what we are saying. But for us to give account, whether we deny certain things. You have this female from Infowar, basically wanting the brothers them to read Nick what certain brothers were saying out there in Washington with that incident with the Native American brother, the Gadite and them school boys there. It's that incident. You have this Infowar she devil basically the brothers, some certain Israelite brothers to renege or You know, they associate themselves from the argument that the brothers and the have out there in Washington. You know what I mean? And that's what they're gonna call you up to do. They're gonna call you up to say, "Oh, look, man, you need for this." They associate yourself from these type of hate speech and all them other thing. There, you know what I mean? So it all boil down to that. See, when officials basically are gonna want you to do that. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, the gospel of God, we're gonna hold firm to what we are saying, man. It's and the gospel and the gospel must first be published among all nations. But when they shall lead you up and deliver you up, take no thought uh, beforehand what ye shall speak, neither do ye premeditate, but whatsoever shall be given you in that hour, that speak ye, for it is not ye that speaketh, but the Holy Spirit. Yeah. Now, and this is the time when people are gonna try they associate themselves from us, man. You know, families and friends. You know what I mean? Because them see it on the media say, oh, we are some form of terrorists or whatsoever. We are people basically doing extremist things based off of things that we are saying. You know what I mean? That's what you're gonna boil down to. So you're gonna have family members coming up against you. You know what I mean? They said, no, the brother shall betray brothers to death, and fathers the son, and children shall rise up against their parents and shall cause them to be put to death. So you have this the association with people who are dealing with this truth, you know what I mean, versus people who is dealing with it, man. See? So this is the times that we're actually entering in, because believe it or not, if regular time I meet with my family members, man, and in the time it sound like say, yo, things will get complex when it concerning the law already. You hear them start back out already, you know what I mean? So you have people who basically back out from you when time certain arguments start come out, when the media start throw dirt on our name. You know what I mean? You have people that go back out. Yeah, they wasn't with you from day one. You know, they just pretending right now. You know what I mean? While everything is okay, but when time that tribulation come, man, look, man, you're not gonna have any friends apart from the only people you're gonna have is brothers, man. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem or shy, man. That's all. Yeah. But in the meanwhile, just to update you upon what is really going on. I have an article here to bring out, but I'm gonna play a video back from 2014, because this is the so-called white man plan, man, and this is from the United Nations, and this is what is going to be carried out across the world, and they're going to do certain events that to trigger seeing these type of plans that these men have. You know what I mean? The scripture says we're not ignorant of the devil devices, man. So we know about the psyop games that these men are playing. This is talking about non-violent extremists. You know what I mean? Which we brothers fall in that category. Yeah?
ISIL and organizations like it, we must defeat this ideology in all its forms. As evidence emerges about the backgrounds of those convicted of terrorist offenses, it is clear that many of them were initially influenced by preachers who claim not to encourage violence, but whose worldview can be used as a justification for it.
All right, okay. So back then it was ISIS. Now is this New Zealand shooter, which he's not a Muslim. Seeing, so basically they are saying preachers who speak about certain things, you know what I mean, extreme things, seeing can lead others to go out and do such things. They can go out and shoot up all the people and all them type of thing here. Seeing, so they must set the precedents for say, okay, if you speak extreme, you have men who will carry it out. So this is what they are doing. They're gonna set up men to do certain false flag event in order to set up groups of men who speak extremely. That's what they are doing. You know what I mean? So right now it comes down to the fact that preachers who speak extreme point of views, seeing, is a problem. You know what I mean? And I'll show how this is working out today how them a carry out that agenda today after bring out this. Yeah.
We know this worldview, the peddling of lies, that 9/11 was somehow a Jewish plot, or that
Saying so the conspiracy theory, them any truth to bring out about what they did, going to war because of false flag events and all them things that them them are go and leak up, them are go censor them type of argument, man. So basically the truth about the so-called white man is gonna be censored altogether out of the media. You know what I mean? And that's what these social media groups, that's what they are working behind the scenes to do right now. You know what I mean? You have the filter on YouTube get shut down for a couple days well. You know what I mean? The search filter, basically, we're dealing with the time and thing. And the argument was that they are trying to get harmful content off YouTube. You know what I mean? Since the New Zealand shooting, that's what was happening, man, on YouTube. I don't know if I'm still doing it right now, but I know that that was the case. Since so certain videos, brothers have up certain videos that the more get deleted, channels will get deleted. You know what I mean? Hey, we are going at the famine of the world. We are going at that too, yeah?
the 7/7 London attacks were staged. The idea that Muslims are persecuted all over the world as a deliberate act of Western policy.
Like ideas that our people too is being persecuted all over the world because we speak on behalf of our people. Just like how Muslims speak that their people are whosoever associated with them are being persecuted, the same thing we speak. So we're not supposed to speak about the dilemma our people go through and the things then that the so-called white man is doing to us as a people. You know what I mean? Because those are extremist views. You know what I mean? So hey, you're gonna be chastised for that, man.
The concept of an inevitable clash of civilizations. We must be clear, to defeat the ideology of extremism, we need to deal with all forms of extremism, not just violent extremism. And we must stop the so-called non-violent extremists from inciting hatred and intolerance in our schools, our universities, and yes, even our prisons.
Hey, and look, man, this is not just speaking them. When they go to the United Nations and speak these things, are actual things that they're going to carry out throughout the years, man. They're going to bring across certain things. They're going to get certain things get done. These are what this man is saying here. These are things that they actually plan to carry out, man. And this thing will affect brothers in the world to a level where we not even expect. Let me bring on this article here. Even out here in Jamaica, brothers out here speaking this thing. Seeing, we're going to be censored. This is I from a popular radio station out here in Jamaica. Seeing, this is what they are saying. It's the Broadcasting Commission, which basically deal with every form of broadcasting in Jamaica. These people responsible for every media outlet in Jamaica. The Broadcasting Commission. It said the Broadcasting Commission welcomes calls for government to help regulate social media. This is a very profound statement, man. You know what I mean? This is what's going to happen out here in Jamaica, man. So brothers who speak in certain things, certain extremist views, seeing this is what coming, man. And you have these big companies under Google, you have YouTube, you have Facebook and all them other. Look, man, these are the ones that are going to set the precedents for what's supposed to be broadcast on the internet, man. And you have other countries basically going to do this because the United Nations, you know what I mean, under the mandates of the United Nations, especially the mandates going into Agenda 2030, these things has to be done. You know what I mean? So look, man, very soon this word is no longer going to be accessible. You know what I mean? Because censorship, basically internet censorship worldwide is going to happen, man. And it's going to happen from a governmental level, as this article out in Jamaica is saying. You see, the Broadcasting Commission of Jamaica has welcomed calls from CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, for government to be more involved in regulating the internet and social media use. Now, anything you hear these men say, basically is what the United Nations give out, and this is for all nations, man. So the Broadcasting Commission is act like it's a new idea. We come to them now based off what Zuckerberg said, but them they already know the mandate. Now this is the way how they will play it after the people. It's a psyop thing. You know what I mean? This is the way how them panic to the people. You know, before them get it done. You say. In a Washington Post opinion article, the Facebook CEO called the government up and the regulators around the world to help rein in the internet and his own company, Facebook. And I don't think Facebook the rest of them got the rest of the other social media group them are gonna do, because you know that WhatsApp and all them things is even owned by Facebook. You know what I mean? All them companies are linked, man, and all them are linked on the Google and all that, man. Yeah? Zuckerberg said there was the need for new regulation addressing topics such as harmful content, you know, election integrity, you know, privacy and data portability. This is full of shit, because there's no privacy on these social networks. These men are gathering data on everybody. You know what I mean? So that is shit there. Let me play what this devil is saying here, and this is what it come down to, man.
And unfortunately, because social media has not been regulated, it's left an open channel for the distribution of images of child abuse, for hate speech, and for exhortations.
You see this hate speech argument, this affect the word, man. You know what I mean? Because basically themselves spreading hate and racism through what we are saying. You know what I mean? Especially it's because it's spanned against the so-called white man. See? So when you hear hate speech, it's a broad thing. You know what I mean? Basically, they're speaking about all what we're speaking, man. All of what we're speaking as Israelites, yeah?
To violence. And most recently, this led to the social media massacre in Christchurch, New Zealand. Where
okay, you see them linking certain content now. Them linking certain content, like what them deem as hate speech or whatsoever. You know what I mean? Them linking it to the New Zealand shooting. That's what's going on now. Seeing so non-violent extremists are the preachers are where these men say, seeing can lead to men going out shooting up watching people. You know what I mean? So that is the narrative that they are setting right now. Seeing? Hey, look, man, we know some serious times coming, man. Serious times coming, man, and this world is about to be cut off, as you can see here.
50 people were murdered. And after this, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, said that social media platforms have to take responsibility for what they carry, and that they must be treated as publishers, not just as platforms. This is a view that we have taken for the last 2 or 3 years. What's remarkable is that Mark Zuckerberg now agrees with us.
Yes, and unfortunately, so that shootings, what all these shootings we see take place, man. I just saw some government psyop, man. You know what I mean? Whether real or fake, they are government psyop to get a certain agenda across, man. And if you all who out there log on and feel like say, oh, this truth is gonna be on the internet forever, man. You're putting off this thing from day to day. Look, man, you have a point in time where you're not gonna be having access to this truth, man. You're not gonna be having access to this truth at some point in time. And let me bring one a precept here before we close off. It said, this is Amos 8 and 11. It said, behold, the days come. We'll continuously repeat that precept here, man, because this is the impending time that is coming, man. He said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the word of the Lord. You know what I mean? And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north to the east, saying, Slakia, they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. So you have a time when this word are gonna be no more, man, on the internet, man. But it's not gonna be no more because they're gonna shut down. They're gonna shut you down on the street, man. They're gonna shut you down. You know what I mean? You can't come out and come do this again. You know what I mean? They're gonna shut you down totally. See? You just want one Hebrew Israelite mass shooting now. You know? When the government set up and I hit that. Or attempt. You know? The stage has already been set, man. So, hey, look. See? With that, we say, Kalalal, Washim, Washai, Washim, Raka, Kodash, double honors to the apostles of great stone. Shalom to all the brothers in the highway and byway preaching this word in sincerity and in truth, with much honesty. Shalom.